they notice when your baby's quiet. They're like,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice there was a baby on the flight. You were so quiet with that
Nice.
baby. I'm like, okay, get out of here, weirdo.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tired Parents Club, where we discuss the ups and downs of parenthood. If you heard me before, I totally messed up. So this is my intro now. Kevin,
Yeah.
who do we have today? And what are we talking about?
Is that your new intro? First of all,
Because she did sound tired. It was like, oh,
Wait, Make, they don't even see your face yet.
I'm
We'll
right on
introduce you.
theme.
All right. So, anyways, yes, we're at Tired Parents Club. I'm your host, Kevin Pinto with Sierra Langford. We do have Miss Lila here who really wants to play with the microphone, but we'll keep her away from that as best we can. We also have a very special guest, and I'm going to punch that up right now. That is Miss May-Kay Beeler.
May-Kay!
Hi, May-Kay.
everybody.
So tell a little bit what you do, because we have your name as Pilot Mom.
Okay.
I want to make sure why we have that as your title.
So I am a pilot and I am a mom, but not a young mom like other folks on this show.
You are young.
Dad. Well, God bless. Chief Transportation Correspondent here at Queen City News, specializing in aviation and space. We're here to talk today. Do you need a car safety seat when you fly in an airline with your child or your baby? How do you prepare your child for their first flight at the airport? And there's a special line TSA has for your family. We're going to talk about all that. But yeah, I'm a pilot and a mom, a very accomplished pilot that I'm proud of, but the most important job ever in my life, not a job, but a privilege, is being a mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, that's very cool. Sorry, she's so distracting. I know.
Well, I
She's
was
drooling.
like, what?
First of all, we have to show off our shirt. I don't know if you guys
So cute.
can. It's what does it say?
It says,
I'm trying to read it.
Something about my crib.
be in my crib at 2 a.m. Bring a bottle.
Bring a bottle. Yeah,
Lila.
this is very, very fitting. So yeah, we've traveled with Lila before, and she's been great. Honestly, it's so weird. People will come up to us and they'll say, "Oh, your baby was so great." I'm like, what? You're so nosy. Like, why did you come up to me and give me?
Right. It's
What
none of your
are
business.
you judging my kid? It's so weird. But they are like, "Oh, your kid was so great on the flight. She's so quiet. She's been on 2 flights and she has been great." Have you flown before yet with Liam?
Yes. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of prep that goes into when you're flying with an infant / child, toddler, depending on what age they are. It goes into how much prep you do ahead of time. And I know there's a lot of steps from your car to the point where you actually get on that airplane, one being TSA and security. May-Kay, can you kind of walk us through, the differences of like families when you're traveling with family? How much, can I say crap?
Yeah,
I think you
say
can. Well, you
crap.
said it now, so yeah.
How
Sure.
much crap you have with
No,
you
It's a lot.
when you travel?
It's a lot.
And what the Charlotte Airport, I know we're one of only
Yes.
few markets that are actually
How-
changing TSA entry. Can you
right.
kind
They
of go
have
into
a
that first?
family lane. Just
Okay.
for families and kids 12 and under, I think under 12.
Wow.
So this isn't a TSA pre-check. So
Oh.
as you know, in pre-check, you don't have to take your electronics out. You don't have to take your liquids out. And we all can keep our shoes on. Thank you, God, for that. But not TSA pre-check. But in this line, you have to take your toy electronics out and your baby bottles and all that stuff out. The nice thing is the agents are specializing in dealing with family.
Hmm.
So they're going to be kinder, more patient and gentle. And you shouldn't have somebody in line behind you like a business person. Hey, get going. Get your junk out. I'm away. I got to catch my flight. Some people don't like families or children. This line is for families, kids 12 and under. You go through the line, and at Charlotte Douglas, I've witnessed it many times. The lines were never long when I was there, right? When I was there, but utilize it. Again, it's not TSA pre-checks. You have to take your stuff out, but the agents are kind to you and your children and help you get the stuff out and get through as quickly as possible. Jared, how's that sound to you? Is that something you would use?
That sounds great. When I first heard about it, I was very excited
Yeah.
because it felt like the airport was trying to make it as easy as possible for families and kind of acknowledging the extra hurdles that families have to go through when traveling with kids. And you don't really realize it until you're going through it yourself, of you're just before you have kids, you're like, oh, how hard can it be? It can't be that bad.
Yeah.
And then once you're actually going through it, you realize how much stuff. I mean, I saw the shot of the dad, I think, getting the
Yeah,
stroller
grabbing
out
the
of the
stroller.
car. Juggling strollers, if it's just you and your partner, juggling strollers with suitcases, with a baby, let alone maybe 2 or 3, who knows how many kids you have.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
just so much to juggle between 2 people.
And imagine if you were a single mom
Oh,
or a single dad, and we've all seen that.
Yeah.
And you
Jenna's
try to help
traveled-
if you can. Let me help. Can I
Yeah.
help you?
Jenna's traveled by herself, and before, and just seeing her juggle all this stuff, I've helped the best I could.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. It really is. Luckily, she hasn't had to travel with the stroller or anything like that because she has family that wherever she's going,
They've got
they have the
stroller.
stuff. So that's nice.
So let me ask you about this. Does she
Okay.
carry a car seat with her?
No, she won't carry this car seat. I mean, we're
Because they
still
have it at the destination.
yes,
Okay.
that which is nice. So traveling with that would be very different. And then
Right.
Lila's still under 2, right? So we're
Yeah.
gonna do the lap seat. And Jenna's usually breastfeeding or something on the just to keep her calm.
Right.
And Lila's
Right.
been great with it. Like I said, she's been
Yeah.
fine. She's not very fussy. I know there's something that you want to do because their ears could pop or something. Is
Right.
that like, are we supposed to feed them? Is that to help them
Yeah, because help them swallow. As long
Okay.
as it can be a passy, it can be you're too young to chew gum,
with?
but you're sucking on something and helps with the pressurization. So some planes pressurize smoother than others,
Mhm.
depends on the aircraft, and if the pilot has to do it manually, pressurization. But typically, even with adults,
Yeah.
right, chewing gum would help, something to help you swallow, or breastfeeding, or whatever. So tell me about the lap child, though. And I want to know, Sierra, I know your child is over
Yes.
2 now.
yes.
Did you ever use a car seat or a safety seat, a child restraint seat on the plane?
No. So when we had our son, he was the age for being a lap baby.
Right, which is under 2.
Under
just everybody
2,
knows.
correct. We probably only really did that until he was a little over 1, and then we stopped, and he did get his own seat. Just because, and I think it's a little unrealistic to think that your child up to 2 years old is just going to sit on your lap and not move. We had a total wiggle worm. He would just move all over the place, grabbing everything, curious about everything. And it actually wasn't an enjoyable experience for my husband and I having a lap baby that's just like moving all over the place.
Right.
So it got to the point where he was just big enough where we're like, he needs his own seat. But yeah, even as a lap baby, I did wonder how safe that is.
Well, according to flight attendants, and according to research, it's not safe and it's not recommended. Now, I did it. My son is now 34, but I did it on commercial planes. And of course, I fly private planes too. It's not safe only because your arms aren't strong enough to hold that baby when it becomes a projectile. Should there be an emergency, turbulence, a bad takeoff or landing, or God forbid, an accident, you can't hold on to that baby. So that's why. But all of us are in that situation. Well, gosh, it's free. I can just hold my baby right here on my lap. I don't have to pay another $400 for the ticket. It's tough, but you need to know. Flight attendants will tell you, and they've told me, that it's not safe and it's not recommended. However, if you do get a car seat, it has to be approved for automobile and airplane. And you can go on your airline's website to learn more about that, what's needed. And even the little toddler seats that are backless, they don't recommend those either. So car seat, or there's a special harness you can get also. But they need their own seat for their safety. But I totally get it, Sarah and Kevin, because I was there too.
Yeah.
I
So
was
you don't
there
have a car seat now for...
No, not 34 years. No, and I'm not a grandmother yet or anything. So no. But it would even be like if you have pets in a car,
Mhm.
you should have a harness and connect it to the
Yes.
seat, right?
Mhm.
Because I've had my dog in the car before where I had to brake really quick because of some jerk, and the dog went flying.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of the same thing. You're harnessed and you're in, so you can only go so far. But I hate to compare a baby to an animal.
We both care about them. They're all our pets.
Pets,
All our
right.
pets, all of our kids.
We love our pets.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that's the deal with the car seats. Go on and pay for the next seat. for your child and bring that seat and strap them.
I don't know. Flying to Iowa was pretty expensive, but I understand.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
And that's what it comes down to sometimes. And it's you have to make that decision. And I think as parents, we're always going to be questioned regardless, or question ourselves. Are we being good parents?
Yeah.
Are we doing the safest thing for our kids? Are we
Yeah.
trying to be cheap?
Yeah.
That comes with like even go to doctor's
Yes.
appointments and stuff, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, these are just part of the tough questions,
Yeah.
tough things that come with parenting.
And I was guilty of it too.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, as a pilot
Yeah.
and an aviation person, it's not safe and it's not recommended. But I'm not judging because I did it too.
Exactly.
And it's easier to do it. Let me hold my baby. Typically, when they're 1 and under, it's like Sierra said, when they get older, they're wiggle worms. Oh, well, Lord have mercy.
Yep.
You know, it's very difficult.
Welcome back to Tired Parents Club. We're here with me, Kevin Pinto. We have Sierra, we have May Kay, and we have Lila in the room with us today. First off, Lila's here not because I want her to be famous or anything like that, because her the weather.
Yeah.
No, it's the weather at her school. The power went off, and so now she's here. So everyone can see Lila now.
And
in
that's
person.
just life being a parent, right?
Yep.
Rolling with the punches.
Things happen, and I was like, well, I guess she'll be on the show today.
Mhm.
So anyways, we're back with May Kay. May Kay, you had a question for us.
Yeah, how do you handle it when you're on an airliner, okay, or could even be in the store, and the baby's fussy, maybe, you know, and a little bit, and then it goes on, and you get the side eye from people.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll say something. How do you handle that?
May Kay's, I mean, first of all, Lila has been fine. Again, I'm not bragging.
Yes, you are.
She
You're bragging.
No, she has not
Mhm.
whined at all. She really
Good.
hasn't.
For
She's
you.
a
Yes,
great
Sierra's got a different
baby.
story.
Notice that she hasn't cried at all yet. I've now jinxed it during this episode.
She's gonna lose it any
But she's been
second.
great, and that's why I said earlier, people will they notice when your baby's quiet. They're like,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice there was a baby on the flight. You were so quiet with that
Oh, nice.
baby. I'm like, okay, get
Yeah.
out of here, weirdo. But it's been good. Now I have dealt with other people and their kids, and before I had Lila, it can be a little annoying. But I think that's the parenting. I think parents haven't controlled their child. We moved seat one time. Sorry, I'm going off on a story, but basically me and Jenna were on a flight.
Let's
We
hear
didn't
it.
have Lila at the time. But there was a kid that's kicking my seat. I'm like, oh
Oh,
my gosh, control your child. I'm not mad at the kid, their kid.
yeah.
That's part. But we moved our seats because it was the flight didn't have that.
Because you could.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
so
gonna
that's what we
interject
did.
here.
Yeah.
One thing that I think happened to me when I became a mother was I became more empathetic.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I
Yes.
see a lot more moms and parents as I go about my everyday life. I see them more than I saw them before. And I think it's because I am now in that position and I can see when they're struggling, especially with kids on an airplane, and they're losing it. You got a toddler having a tantrum, right? In the past, I think before I was a mom, I think I would be like, get control of your kid. And now it's more like, I see you. I know how that feels. And I know sometimes it really is out of your control and you can only do so much sometimes to calm a child that's losing it. My son lost it on an airplane. I had to go through that. I can't tell you the hot flash that I had on this plane just out of you feel embarrassed. You feel like you want your child to stop crying as fast as possible. You don't want to be that person on the plane with the screaming kid. But sometimes there's only so much you can do. It was right in the middle of his nap. He was supposed to be napping when we took the flight. So I know people will be like, oh, poor planning. Try to fly around when he's not napping.
Easier said than done.
I know. It was one of those, like, we had to fly at this time. It was his nap time, and he just lost it for 15 minutes. And if any family that's ever gone through this, it's the longest 15 minutes of your life because you're just like, please. So yeah, I even this has nothing to do with traveling, but even over the weekend, grocery shopping, I saw a mom with her toddler losing it at the grocery store, had to carry him out, and I just wanted to be like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I've been there. It
Yeah.
sucks. I know it sucks, but we've all been through it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I guess anyone who's listening and is not a parent, I would just say try to have some empathy for the parents going through it, because trust me, they do not want their child losing it either, and we're doing think we
Now-
can, okay?
The tantrum is different. If it was a tantrum, I would have given more leeway. But this was just straight up, just chilling and like kicking the chair.
Yeah, the kicking of the seat,
Yeah.
especially if they're an older child and they know what they're doing. Yeah, you can tell your kid to cut it out.
Yeah, you
For
can
sure.
at least put the effort in. I didn't hear a peep. Mom was
yeah.
on her phone, just chilling, just hanging out. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's not
yeah.
cool.
Come on, let's
Yeah.
get the feet wrapped up. Make it. Have you encountered this a lot?
Well, just being an aviation expert,
Yeah.
so to speak, I've talked about this a lot. You kindly say to the parent, or you turn around and look at the kid and go, "Hey, out for a minute, just be kind and nice." And if they keep it up, then you say to the parent as nicely as you can, "Hey, do you mind? That kind of hurts my back, and could you ask him or her to stop?" Now, if the parent doesn't do anything about it, you have every right to ask the flight attendant. And what the flight attendant will do, if there's room on the flight, right, provided it's not full, they'll move you just like they did to you. They'll move you to another seat or talk to the parent again and the child because you are not allowed to disregard a crew member's instructions.
Mm-hmm.
So even though this isn't a safety thing, it's an annoyance to you, and hopefully the parent would just help the child or just move the child to a different seat. Kids are going to be kids,
Yeah.
but parents do need to be responsible, but kindly. You're not going to beat your child,
No.
because the kids are kids.
Mhm.
But it's okay to ask nicely, and I think most of the time they'll do something about it, but not always.
No, that's a great point. If parents aren't doing anything, I would be very frustrated with just
Yeah,
you have to at least try.
try.
Yeah, that's all that matters. That's all you can do is
Right.
try because
All you can do is
kids
try.
are kids, and yeah, they're gonna do kid things. But there is definitely, I mean, there's parenting. It's part of it.
That's right.
That's part of the deal. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break here. Okay, we'll be right back with more Tired Parents Club.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Tired Parents Club, where we're talking about traveling with your little ones, especially around the holiday season. May-Kay, if you're traveling with your kids, especially for the first time,
So for young kids, do a dry run. A day you don't have anything else to do. First of all, get them a cute little suitcase if you can afford it. Go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx, get one with Mickey Mouse on it or some mermaid on it, something they like. So it's their suitcase, a little roller bag, and get them a toy, a special toy just for the trip. Take it home and pack it a little bit. What would you want to take on your trip? Well, I want to take my stuffed animal, my blankie, and my snacks. So pack it, all right? Then get in the car. Are you going to park at the airport or are you going to take an Uber? Let's say you're going to park. Go and park. Walk to the terminal with your child, and you're going to be on the pre-security side, right? And just let them see that's what security looks like. This is what the gate looks like. This is what's going to happen. We can get snacks here and blah, blah, blah. It's just a dry run. So they see what it's like. They have their little tote. They're carrying their little suitcase. And then the day of the trip, it's not that different, right? You parked, you walked into the terminal. They know what it looks like. The only difference is you're going to go through the line. But take them in front of the TSA line. Family, and this is where we're going to go through. And you can see what they're going to do. They're going to take your stuff out and check it. Just a dry run. Now, the day of your trip, do this right before the trip, or if you have the extra money. I know I'm talking about spending money. Get them a special toy that day of the trip, a new book or a new toy, something that, oh, this is cool. Keep them occupied on the plane. There you go. Dry run.
I love that. I love that. That's really smart because we never did a dry run. We
Yeah.
just kind of
Threw it at them.
Yeah, we winged it.
Yeah.
And you're right. It can be jarring, especially as they get older and they're starting to look around and notice their surroundings more. And definitely, especially getting up early too. I feel like with the flights typically are early in the morning and
Yep.
you're kind of cutting into their bedtime on top of it.
I wouldn't even think about that. Obviously, that's not where my mindset is right now
Yeah.
because she doesn't need that. But that makes sense as she
Yeah,
get older.
she's
So that's
too
good
young
advice.
now, but if
Yeah.
a toddler,
Yeah.
she'll want to know what to expect. Get them that little tiny suitcase.
Yeah. Oh, and they'll love it too, right? Yeah. It's
It's
distracting.
theirs.
It makes them feel like an adult too,
Right,
right?
right. And
Which
it's
is what they
theirs.
want.
Yes.
Yeah.
This may be a silly question. Can that count as a carry-on for them on a plane?
Oh,
How does that work?
It's their carry-on.
Oh,
Or it's a personal item because it's so small.
It could be a personal item. Yeah. But as long as it fits under the seat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Check it. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
yeah.
Right. You don't want to do that. Yeah. Their carry-on.
And Lila's been moved to her car seat, by the way. She's over there just hanging out. Well-rested baby is her title because she's never tired like we are. She's the reason that we're all tired.
Oh,
But anyways, you had a
Yes,
question you
very
said
true.
about could we travel with
Yeah.
milk? We have to travel with liquids and stuff and powdered milk, I guess.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. Going back to traveling with all of those items and getting through TSA with everything. One thing that we experienced with traveling was we were going through TSA with formula. And at the time, I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't think it would be an issue, but they ended up, checking my bag, which I know they do even with families who don't, travel
Sure.
with formula.
if they need to.
Right,
Yeah.
but they ended up taking it and testing it. Can you go into just the differences, I guess, with traveling with fluid versus powder
Right,
and
right.
just the amounts and
So
what you
they
can
do
expect with
make
that?
Sierra, they do make an exception for breast milk
Okay.
because a lot of women travel with the breast milk. Normally, there's a 3.4 ounce rule, right? You have to put any liquid can't be more than 3.4 ounces unless you put it in a checked bag. If you're going to carry it on because you want to feed your child, there is no limit on or there's no maximum on that, so you can carry it through. Now you're talking about the formula. And now listen, let me go through the family line because they're more used to that. And you don't have some schmuck behind you. Wait, breast milk? I don't hold me up for your darn breast milk. Go to the family line. They're more
Yeah.
trained.
More
for that.
experienced with it. Yeah.
They're more experienced with that. Now the powder you're talking about, the formula you had was powder.
Yeah.
They're going to check that. I mean, years ago I went to Nassau, Bahamas with Tang. Does anybody remember Tang? It
Tang,
was a
yes.
powder.
What a throwback.
I
Yeah.
wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid, so I actually had Tang. Well, they thought there were drugs in it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, just keep it. And ain't nothing in it but Tang. Keep it. It's not worth it. But they do. They're going to check.
Yeah.
We thought
Yeah.
the same thing too. We were like,
Yeah.
do they think that we have drugs in our formula?
Yeah, well.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've never had a problem with it. Again,
Yeah.
apparently flying is just really easy for me, I guess, you guys. And we're spoiled with it. But no, I mean, traveling with your kids can be difficult regardless. So this is all good stuff to have. So thank you so much, Minka.
Dry run. Don't forget.
The dry run. And so I guess that's for toddlers and above.
Yeah. Because the baby's not going to know the difference.
No. And but again, and some babies are just different, right? They're all going to react differently.
Yeah.
You just never know what you're going to get. You're going to get tantrums. You're going to get coughing. I'm sorry, Lila, did you have something you had to say? You're just sneezing over here. Look at that. The snot's coming down. Kids are great. I hope she watches this when she's older. And she's like, this is my first time on TV.
She'll say, oh, Daddy.
Oh,
you
gosh.
embarrassed me.
She's
I'm
rubbing right in there.
mortified."
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Make. Thank you, Lila. Thank you, Sierra.
Yes.
There's... Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. Will you bring your mic up, Miss Lila? Do you want to say?
What did you say? Dada.
On cue.
I'd like to say good luck to everyone traveling with
Yeah.
their kids this holiday season. You can do it.
That's right. Don't be as grumpy as me, apparently.
And take lots of take snacks.
all
That's
the snacks.
big deal. All the snacks. Very important. Don't want to be hangry.
Exactly. Join us next time on Tired Parents Club.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.